to her about the success of her Power of Presence event she just had in Petersburg, Virginia. Of course, her book, Let's Be Thankful, and also something that's near and dear to her heart she's been talking about online recently, and that being an ALS advocate as well. If you guys are not following Stacy, I want to let you guys know how to do that. We are live on the Amazon Live platform. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, I'm going to type you guys a welcome message over there. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below. You also will see Stacy's book there, Let's Be Thankful. Mine is now autographed because while I was there in Petersburg, I got mine signed. I want to talk to her about what it's been like for her to not only to share the messages, but to live the messages herself, and also let you guys know what's coming up next for her. Stacy, welcome back to the broadcast.
Cyrus Webb, thank you for having me. Thank
Look,
you.
I always enjoy talking with you, Stacy. And Stacy, we have a lot. And so let me tell everyone what Stacy said. She don't want me to tell you. I said, Stacy, we have so much to talk about. You've been doing so much. Have I? Okay, so Stacy, let's talk about the last time you were on here. We were getting ready for the Power of Presence in Richmond. I told you it was going to be great, and
Yes.
were giving me the regular Stacy Thomas stuff. But I'm going to be positive. But now here we are on the other side, Stacy. What was it like for you to experience those 2 days, including hosting your first book fair?
Once again, what Cyrus told me was correct. It was an overwhelming feeling of just happiness,
Mhm,
just being thankful. Watching you do what you do, Cyrus, looking at the reaction of the people who attended. And
mhm,
not only that, afterwards, when I asked people to be honest, to let me know what they felt about the event, it was just awesome comments. It was not people just saying, oh, it was good, it was okay, but they were actually going into depth with their review to let people know that it was indeed what we said it would be.
mm. Love that. Always Sunshine. Hello to you over there on IG. Lisa, hello to you over there on IG as well. So, I was half joking with you there, Stacy, because Stacy, you're one of these people who you're doing a lot of great things, but you wouldn't always know that from the way you talk about it. Which goes to a problem a lot of people have, which is why I was bringing this up. And I gave you a heads up. I was going to be talking about this because one of the things that's so difficult for people is to practice what they preach. Now, you have a whole book you've wrote about being thankful. You talk about being positive. What has it been like for you to be able to combat your own negative self talk and doubt when it shows up?
That's why I wrote the book, not just for everyone else, but for myself too, because it's not as bad as it used to be at one time. But I still deal with those thoughts that will have me thinking, I can't do this, it won't work out. What makes you think you can do this? So I have to remind myself to be thankful for everything, even the little things, Cyrus, and for all, like, for where I am today, because where I am today, I wasn't here last year or the year before that.
Hmm. Yeah. So where do you think that comes from? I mean, because here you are, you're hosting two shows. You have the Stacey Thomas show, you have the Business Block show. You're out and about there in town, meeting people. Where do you think that negative self talk comes from, or that negativity comes from? Do you think it's surroundings? Do you think it's just not believing enough in yourself? Where do you think it comes from?
I think for some people, I've had people say that someone make you feel like you were nothing when you were small.
Hmm.
That's not true for me. I think perhaps I've been so disappointed in some of the decisions that I've made
Mm,
and never could imagine myself doing better because of what I've done. Not necessarily bad things, but not doing what I should have done. That in your mind gets you the guilt. When you've never seen anyone around you do it, you
hmm.
don't think that you really can do it, And these are
Got it.
things that I've had to tell myself I can be the first one.
Mhm,
Um, and it's just, I guess sometimes it's self sabotage. And I've been told this before too, get out of my way, that I've been in
mhm.
my own way. My son told me once, take a minute to step outside of yourself and look at yourself.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll see what other people see, or you'll see what you're capable of doing. And I got to
Right.
remind myself of that, Cyrus. And then thank God I have people like you and a few other people that you don't fall for the pity party. You put,
Hmm.
especially you remind
Really?
me, Stacy, you're the one that says, let's be thankful.
Do I do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I wanted to start the conversation off with the Stacey because I think it's so important because you are doing a lot of great things.
Thank
And
you.
I think a lot of times though, the the work that you're doing is kind of negated by the way you talk about it. And I think that's a great lesson for our audience out there because they may be the first. I'm the first in my family to do all the things that I'm doing, but I've never let that stop me or even what's quite honestly what someone else had to say stop me because I know what I've been given. So as you reflect on what happened, because now you've hosted two Power Presence events this year. You posted your very first book fair this year. How does it feel to know you did exactly what you set out to do?
It's a great feeling. It's a feeling that after actually saying I was going to do it, sticking to it, and seeing it come alive, right? Come to life. It's got me like, okay, we can do this. This isn't a bad thing. It's I thought this would add fuel under the entrepreneurs and business owners that attended. It added fuel to this fire that has me going. I'm looking forward to doing even more, Cyrus.
Good. Good deal. Good deal. So let's go back a little bit because I mentioned in my intro something that you've been talking more about. I know we've had conversations about it outside of what you're doing in media, outside of what you're doing and hosting these events. You also have the book, Let's Be Thankful. We're going to come back to that. I mentioned in my intro today something I don't reference a lot, and that is you're being an ALS advocate. Now, you've been talking more about that recently because there's been some high profile stories that have come out. Let our audience know why to advocate for those with ALS is so important to you.
Well, first, ALS, thank you, Cyrus. ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is a neurological disease that weakens the muscles, takes away the ability to talk, walk, and eventually at times breathe. My mother had it. I do it in honor of my mother. That's one of the reasons I am building this platform that I am. It allows me to have more people to speak to. At times, I say African American families, but that includes any family dealing with it, Cyrus. And I think
Mhm.
it's very important for caregivers to know that you're not alone, that there are people out here that understand what you're going through. And and seeing the high profile people that are popping up, I believe it's like God's way of every now and then someone pops up and it's God saying, don't forget. Don't
Mm.
forget you need to say something about it.
Yeah.
So it's me starting back to advocate more, but in a sense, Cyrus, I've decided caregiving to the people, to stressing to the people and the families that this isn't like other diseases where you can say, I'm just going to hire one person to take care of my loved one. This is goes back to back in the day when they said it takes a village to take care of a child.
Yeah.
An ALS patient, Cyrus, it takes a village to assist the caregiver.
Got it. Got it. Tamika Garrett, hello to you. Good day to see you over there. I think it's pronounced Ashu Mindset Coach. Hello to you. Good day to see you over there on IG as well. You guys have any questions or comments for Stacey? Make sure you guys put those in the chat. Dr. Chief, hello to you. Dr. Chief says, keep doing this important for the betterment of others. So I want to talk more about that because, again, you do have a platform, Stacey, but this also goes into another thing that a lot of people think, and I'm a big proponent against this, which will come as no surprise to anybody. But there are people who think they need to have 1 million followers, or they need to have 1,000 people they talk to, or they have to have this big budget crew to be able to film. How important has it been for you just to use what you have, Stacey? Using a phone, using your camera, using what's at your disposal with your show to be able to use your platform to talk about these things?
Having the phone and having social media, period. Let's not even think about 1 million followers, 1 million likes, 1 million views. I trust that if God placed this in my life, number one, He's going to make sure I reach the right people.
Hmm.
But it's been even better for me because social media is pretty much free.
Yeah.
It allows me to post mostly where I want to post.
Hmm.
It allows people to see me that I would never ever reach if I just thought I would could meet them out in town.
Yeah.
So at one time I thought, Cyrus, I needed this amount of money, I needed to be able to do this, to do that.
Hmm.
No, work with what you have. God has already given you a platform to start speaking. And I've
Hmm.
learned people that I'd never seen before, people that aren't even on my page, when they've seen the ALS post, Cyrus, people have connected with me, have DM'd me to give me the history of ALS disease in their family.
Mm.
So social media, this free platforms allows me to promote more, but at the same time, connect connect with people that need someone to talk to say, hey, finally, because we don't know, especially in the African American community, we don't know a lot of people with that, thank God, but there are families dealing with it. So
Hmm.
it's like a big wow, Cyrus, when you meet somebody that looks like you that says, hey, I have a family member that died from that disease, that has that disease, you
Mm.
know? So for me, social media just, and the platform I have, because I've had it too, where people have contacted me that know, that have met me on social media, say, hey, Stacy, I met such and such. They're dealing with this. And I thought about you and was wondering if you would connect with them.
Right. Tawanda, hey, Tawanda, good way to see you. Hopefully, you'll be putting that warmer to use, Tawanda. Tawanda says, so many of us knew nothing about ALS until Stacy brought it more to the light for us. That is so true. And Tamika over on IG says, great point. Move forward, trusting God and your own skill set. So let's talk about what Tamika just said. Trusting God and your own skill set. Because one thing I have noticed, not saying Stacy's done that.
Here we go.
Right, okay. But is that a lot of times we don't trust that what we are is enough. We don't trust that what we bring is enough. We'll try to discount having 2 shows. Not saying you do that, Stacey. I'm just using that as an example. We'll discount having a platform. Not saying you do that, Stacey. I'm just using that. Stacey, how important has it been for you to show others, hopefully by example, we're gonna work on that, to use what they have to reach the audience they want?
How important is, I was coughing, I'm sorry. How important is it for others to use what they have?
Yes.
It's very important. You know,
Is
don't
it? Wait, hold on a second. Is it, Stacey?
it's very important.
Okay.
Don't
I just
underestimate what you have.
okay, hold on a
Oh,
second. Say that part again. You say what now?
it's very important to use
No, no,
what
I
you
want you to go back
have.
to the don't underestimate the part.
Don't
Yeah.
underestimate what you have. And
Okay.
whatever you do, and hey, these are things I have to remind myself on those days where the negative thoughts come in.
Do
Don't
you?
underestimate yourself. Don't
Wow.
compare yourself to anybody else.
Yes.
I have to remind myself, not that I'm this huge star, but I am Stacy Thomas.
You
I,
are.
I
Do you
have
forget
these,
that sometimes, Stacey? Do you forget that you're Stacey Thomas sometimes?
sometimes, I'm not like some people. They're gonna blame it on the devil. I'm blaming it on me. Yes,
Oh, that's
I
good, Stacey. That's good.
allow
That's good.
um the negative thoughts to almost consume me at times. But then I go back, Cyrus. It may
Yeah.
take a few minutes. I go back and I gotta say,
A few
we're
days.
well, it may take a little time. Blame it on being a woman at 55 too, I guess.
Oh,
But no,
that's what we're gonna blame it on. Oh, we're blaming it on
but
age now. Okay.
you just you can't compare yourself to anybody else, and you have to love yourself, and most
Yeah.
importantly, believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I believe in myself because, Cyrus, everybody around me doesn't believe in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've learned, Cyrus, when I
Mhm.
surround myself with the right people, when I hire the right publicists, and when I just do what it is I believe God has given me to do,
Mhm.
you don't need to understand.
Yeah.
I'll sit in my space and I'll continue to do what I do.
Very good. Very good. And you have this to be able to watch back. or someone will send it to you. I'm sure. I'm sure somebody will send it to you. Hey, Greg Napier, good to be to see you over there on on Facebook.
He's
For
always
those of
acting
let's
up.
see, Tamika says winning is in our DNA. Push through, and 55 is a great age. It sure is, Tamika. I think she's using that
Thank
for
you.
a reason. But and then she says, give yourself grace. I don't know about that part, Tamika. But Tamika says, give yourself grace, embrace and learn from mistakes, and go forward. Now I like that part
Yes.
too. For those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Represents here on Amazon Live. I'm so excited to welcome back. I am Stacey Thomas to our broadcast today. She's a media personality. She's the author of the book, Let's Be Thankful. We're going to share a thought from the book, but she's also an ALS advocate as well. Stacey, one of the messages you have in the book is living is so much better than merely existing. What does that mean to you? And what do you hope people know about the importance of making sure they're making the most of every day?
I've seen my mother not be able to brush her own teeth, not being able to touch the remote, to press the key button on the remote control.
Mhm.
Be thankful, live, use everything that God has blessed you with and live, because you never know when the day may come when you become quiet,
Mhm.
unable to speak,
Yeah.
unable to do what you do. Do you want to sit there with thoughts of what you should have done, what you
Mm.
could have done, but you chose to just merely exist? Or do you want to sit there? And even if you can talk, and let's say you're older, or do you want good memories? When
Mm.
someone says to you, Cyrus, if you could be one person, who would you be all over again?
Yeah.
Don't you want to say Cyrus Webb
Oh, I
with a
do say it.
smile? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so important because tomorrow is not promised. And I
Right.
don't say this to make people sad. My
Mhm.
mother did not drink. She did not smoke. She did not hang in the street. My mother worked 2 jobs. One day she was healthy, laughing and talking. And not too long after that, she laid there a prisoner in her own body.
Yeah.
We have to live
Right.
and be thankful.
And be thankful. That's right. Positive vibes only. Hello to you, Hookshot Charlie. Good to be to see you over there on IG. It's a great reminder for us, Stacy. And what do you hope now? Like I said, I know that because of some of these stories that have been in the news, you said to me, I know in other conversations, you want to make sure you're talking about this. What would you like to see happen when it comes to not only being able to advocate for those with ALS, but also to help in educating people when it comes to the disease as well?
I'd love to not just be on social media. I'd love to be invited to speak at events. I'd love to be invited to speak at events where people are talking about health, or people are just merely motivating each other. Because, like I said, the story of my mother is not to make you sad. Three things: is to educate you about this disease in these communities, is to remind you to be thankful, and is to remind you to live.
Mhm.
So hopefully between speaking engagements, and perhaps maybe I'll start doing webinars or something, speaking to caregivers that want to know more about the disease, and to let them know little things like this, if it's okay to say, Cyrus. Kudos to all of the CNAs. But what you must understand when dealing with an ALS patient is
Mhm.
you need more than just someone that knows the basic things. You need an experienced CNA. You know what? You need a CNA that knows you've been taught to lift a patient this way, but when it comes to an ALS patient, you have to think about the muscles. So it's very important to know another way. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
one other thing, Cyrus, when you take an ALS patient to the hospital, they want to give you one blanket. They may give you a second blanket. But when you ask for a third, they're quick to say she already or he already has two. Well, excuse me, but they have ALS disease. And this particular patient has no control over her body temperature. It's not working good. That's what people need to know. That's what I want to let people know.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing about having a platform and using a platform. Hey, Eugene, good to see you over there on IG. Oh, Rick, hello to you over there on IG as well. Glad you could join us too. Let's see. Hookshot to Charlie says, hello, live and be thankful. Yes, such a great, important reminder for all of us, the importance of being thankful. And Stacy, so thankful for you and all the great work that you're doing. Thank you for hosting me there in Petersburg, Virginia. Had an amazing time. Looking forward to returning. In the meantime, everyone, make sure you guys get Stacy's book, Let's Be Thankful. Her journal here is available here on Amazon for only $9.99. Stacy also, as I mentioned, is the host of 2 shows, the Stacy Thomas Show, as well as the Business Block. Stacy, let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you and catch your programs?
They can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. I am Stacy Thomas. That's our Stacy. You can see on the screen, CEY. Everything's I am Stacy Thomas. And they'll see all the shows and videos that I post about my advocacy.
Love it. Well, Stacy, keep up the great work and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you, Cyrus Webb. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, y'all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.